Good morning. It's November 18th, Saturday morning, close to 7 o'clock here in Pennsylvania. It's opening day for muskrat season. So I loaded up the John boat. We're gonna head down to a private piece of property that I've got permission to trap and see if we can't get a few rats. Now this morning it is pretty windy, so that's going to make visibility kind of tough to see in the water to find the runs, but I guess we'll see what happens. Oh, look at this, folks. Look at this. Brought my fishing rod and tackle just in case trapping, got a little boring or whatever, and I decided to do some fishing. Go over my setup a little bit. I've got these conibear stands, and I'll be running all 110 body gripping conibears. For those of you who have never seen how these conibear stands work, or never really seen how to set a 110 conibear body gripping trap, I can go over that real quick here. You want to squeeze the spring. I use my right hand on the spring. Left hand, you can grab your jaws and use that to assist you to bring the jaws in tight. Then you want to set your dog on the trigger. It's got 3 options. I'll break, set it. I always just use one. Okay, and then keep your fingers out of there at this point. And then the way this works is actually super. I like to run that through there. comes down over your bar, and this conibear trap will sit right in there, nice and snug. And then when I put it in the ground, I'll probably try to anchor that a little bit on there, but for the sake of demonstration, then basically you find the run, and then you sit this right down into the ground to where it's flat, and then the muskrat will go through. Alright, these are the conditions I was worried about. It's very windy this morning, a little sprinkle of rain, but ideally you want to get to the pond when the water's almost looks like glass. It's so calm so that you can see right down in and find the runs. This is going to make for a really tricky day. I'm here right around 7:10. Sun's just coming up and the water's already this rough, so it's going to be a little tough, but we'll see what we can do. And like I said, if all else fails, I'll just do some fishing and have some fun. Here, you can see out there's a nice big muskrat coming up in the morning. We'll mark where he came from right around there, but that's why I'm here. The landowner has a lot of issues with these muskrats, and it gives me a chance to get out and play in the water a little bit. Alright, I got the boat loaded up with the essentials, and I just realized I forgot my oars. So in theory this trolling motor should be able to just get me around, and I realized that I just bought this trolling motor last weekend. Gentleman on Facebook Marketplace, $50. And I never really water tested it, so what could go wrong? Okay, not sure if you would call that a successful test or not. One thing I did learn is it's way too windy. I was getting pushed around all over the place out there, and or I'm way too inexperienced running a John boat with a motor to try to tackle that kind of task. So we will save the boating for so looks like it's 1 foot for me. Hey guys, I'm here at my first set, and there's a muskrat just messing around up there in the weeds. So anyway, there's for you unfamiliar with muskrat trapping or muskrat dens. This looks like a pretty good run. I'm gonna try to get at least 2 conibears in. Basically you want to get it down in the water where the muskrats are swimming so that they'll swim through it. And there's probably some runs out there, but it's just too windy to find them. And you'll see this is really muddy. Like as soon as you step out, you sink. I'm sinking. Look at that. I'm sinking all over the place. So I'm not gonna not venture out there. That's what I'm gonna use the giant boat for. Alright, so as I'm walking along here, I'm looking for sign, little runs, muddy water, anything that shows activity. These are called cattails, by the way. I couldn't think of that word earlier at a moment. So, just walking along, looking for... Alright, got to the area where I saw that muskrat earlier. He was a little bit out there. And what they do, they got a little feed bed here where they hang out on the bank and eat on cattails and stuff. And you can see the water is a little cloudy here. It makes it really tough though with the way this wind is. So there is activity here. Now it's the challenge of trying to find a good place to set. Alright, so while I was walking, I stepped in here and I could feel my foot drop down into a channel. Can't really see it too well, but that's a run I'm standing in. And if I move my foot up closer to this feed bed, I can kick my toe. They're underneath there, so they're definitely running underneath. So this is a good place to set. Alright, this is what we call muddy water. I just saw, literally walking up here and saw 2 muskrats swim out of this hole. And I was lucky enough to get here while it was still muddy. The wind didn't carry it away. So now I have to try to find a good set in here. Alright, and that's what it looks like. I got 2 sets in there. 2 traps. As close to the run as I could get because everything being muddy makes it tricky, so fingers crossed. Oh my gosh, folks, look at this. I was literally just turning the camera off and something hit my trap. And it's too muddy. I can't tell what's going on. I saw bubbles. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna give it a minute and then I'll be back. Check it. Oh, look at this, folks. Look at this. Okay, I did go ahead and put him out into deeper water. He was able just to get his nose above water, so we want him to expire as quickly as possible and humanely. So alright, I gave him 10-15 minutes and he's expired now. Let's see what happened here. So that's not exactly how it's supposed to go. He is just so small that he made it over halfway through the trap before it caught him. So he's definitely a this year kit. Unfortunately, probably really wouldn't be worth anything in today's market. So we'll skin him out nonetheless, and he'll be a meal anyway. First one of the season. Alright, after looking at that trap, the springs are pretty loose. I'm going to have to replace those springs. Yeah, I don't think that would have held a bigger muskrat, let alone catch one. So I'll be going back. What to use? I don't have much experience fishing this pond. Go ahead and leave in the comments what you think I should be throwing right here. I don't know, I just keep catching the underwater vegetation, so I'm thinking I might do something that floats, but I think I'm gonna try this one. Alright, well, that's gonna be it for me today. Fishing was a bust. I need to work on that a little bit. Any advice on that would be greatly appreciated. Got 9 traps out. I guess I usually run about 10 or 12. I had to pull that one because of the weak spring. So, gonna go have some brunch. And I'll see you all in the morning when we check these traps. There you are. What do you have? Drop it. Drop it. What do you think? Hey, come here. Come here. Sit on up. There you go. Use your nose. What's in there? I'm not even interested. Not even interested. Why not? It's a muskrat. That interesting to a doggy? Take that. Hey, where you doing with that? Luna, where you going with that? Luna. Luna.